lo and behold, I started to see a nude picture of someone that I know, and I saw the video of the face of the person that was actually banging this lady, who happened to be my ex. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are seeing my face for the very first time, hi, my name is Oyomide. I film about lifestyle, career, self-development, and every other good stuff. If you're new here, please do subscribe to my channel, check out some of my other videos, and subscribe. So in today's video, I am going to be doing a story time. Here is my actual first time of doing a story time. This particular story this is the fourth time I'll be filming this video. I hope this one gets to YouTube. Okay, so a few weeks ago I made a video about fun facts about me, and in that video I talked about how I was in a toxic relationship for like 3 years, and a lot of you guys showed interest in hearing like the story. I am so happy that I have about more than 400 people here, and I think I'm already building a community. So it's not a bad idea if I shoot out something that has happened to me in the past and which you guys can learn from. So if there's anything that you learned in this video, I want you to drop a comment in the comment section. No negative vibe, guys. Okay, let me also put out a disclaimer out there. If you are part of this story, be rest assured that I'm not going to come here and be mentioning your name. Your name is not going to be mentioned. I'm going to try as much as possible to hide your identity. Also, this is also me telling you publicly that I've forgiven you. I've moved on. I'm sure you have also moved on in your life and everything. So it's just me sharing the story of something that has happened to me in the past. With not so much talk, let's jump right into the video. Start by saying that I did not have like a relationship experience until I entered into diploma school. And when I entered into diploma school, somebody introduced me to a guy, and after 4 months of talking stage with this guy, we went into a relationship. It was like a long distance thing. This person was not even using a browsing phone, so we only talk on phone, like phone conversation. So we talked for like 4 months, and I would say that I really enjoyed his vibe. It was like a pure energy and everything, and he acted like a mature person. So I dated the guy, and in that relationship, all I can say is it was like a peaceful relationship, because I can't even say that I had any misunderstanding with this person. It was peaceful, it was mature, we never had like misunderstanding. Everything was just going on smoothly. After 9 months, I realized that this guy actually have like a serious relationship where he was, I said it was a long distance, so in his own location he had like somebody else, and I was just like a side piece. The fact that I was not in the same location with him, I got to find out, and I had to like end things. So now when I ended things, I had issues moving on. Like immediately I ended things, I was very, very heartbroken. This was the first time I'll be having like a real relationship heartbreak, guys. So it was a lot on me, and the next thing that was coming into my head was to move on into another relationship. Now to the time where I had to leave school for like 6 weeks because of my external posting. You guys know I was in medical school, so I had to leave school, and I didn't stay at my parents' house due to some reasons. My dad took me to somewhere to stay. In like few days of getting to that area, I met a guy which I'm going to name Kunle. So when I met Kunle introduced me to his best friend. His best friend is, let's say, Tunji. Okay, so Kunle and Tunji are best of friends, but I met Kunle first. Kunle introduced me to Tunji, and I liked Tunji. Okay, so like first time seeing him, I already liked him and everything. On the other hand, asked me out. I did not like him. We were just friends. So after like back and forth, I started to date Tunji based on the fact that he's a tall person, he's attractive, he looks cute to me, and he looks more presentable and attractive. So now this was like me getting back at my ex, right? So I moved on and I started dating this guy. Few days, or let me say few weeks after, it was like few days after breaking up with my ex. Okay, so I moved on, I started dating this guy, and now some of the things that happened in the relationship. Number one was the fact that few weeks into the relationship, I visited Tunji, and I saw now Tunji and Kunle's house were opposite my house, like right in front of one street. This is my house, this is their house. So all I have to do is come out of my gate and I'm going to enter into my boyfriend's house. Do you understand? He was staying with his parents though, so it's fine. I went there knowing just to go say hi to them, and I met this lady and I'm like, who is this? Only for Kule to call my attention and told me that okay, Tunji is actually not someone that I can like date. He told me that Kule is someone that I can't date because of how he's a player, how he lives his life and everything, that we don't fit. But I did not listen because I was actually in love. Now I had a very genuine love, and the fact that I was kind of like naive. So everything Kule was telling me, I felt like Kule was telling me based on the fact that I didn't date him. He was trying to get back at Tunji. So I turned deaf ears. Tunji told me that the girl was actually, forcing herself on him, that I should not see it as a big deal and her first red flag. Another red flag was the fact that Tunji was like a no future ambition kind of person. He wasn't in school. He wasn't even planning to go to school. This is me that was already in my 200 level in medical school. He wasn't even thinking of going to school. How he makes money is like in an illegal way. You know what some guys do to make money these days. So these are the things that he was doing. Another red flag. Some of my friends came around one time to visit me, and one of my friends, a male friend, told me that he had, stayed in that area before, and he know these guys very well. And Tunji especially is someone that I should not date. But because I was in love, I turned deaf ears again. Fast forward to the time where I was done with my 6 weeks posting and I had to go back to school. And then when I go back to school, that was when we started having a show. I made our relationship a social media relationship. It's like a public something. If we take picture now, it's going to fly on the Facebook app. It's going to go on Instagram and post and everything. And this is me that my dad is on Facebook. My dad is very, very active on Facebook till date. And that is going to be like, I know you have male friends, but why is this guy always posting you? Is he your husband and everything? And I'm going to complain to my guy and say, oh, my dad doesn't like these things that you do. Can you please take the pictures down? And this guy is going to, start, what do they call it now? He will start guilt tripping me. Okay, yeah, if it's not like you are in another person's, you don't like me, if it's not like you think I'm not up to your standard, are you shy of introducing me to your parents? Guys, I was 19. Are you shy of introducing me to your parents? You don't like me, you're cheating on me, blah 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 blah. If not, she will not be complaining. So I will say, okay, don't worry, and then I will apologize to my dad. And that was how I was living. One thing that I noticed in that relationship was there was no like peace. I wasn't experiencing the same peace I was experiencing in my first relationship, and there was no like disrespect. Everything was just happening in a way that I'm confused. I will apologize to this guy and we're going to move on. Another thing that happened in the relationship is that this guy is always, looking for stories that touches heaven and earth and asks me for money. I was a student. I will borrow him the money, thinking he's going to return the money, and this guy will not return my money. It got to a point I had to dip hands into my tuition fee. Daddy and mommy, I'm sorry. I have to dip hand into my tuition fee just because my guy wanted to repair his phone or something. He promised that he was going to use it for like something that will yield money, and then by the time he gets the payment, he's going to remove the money for me back. He did not return my money. So everything was just going on and on. At the point in time, I had access to his Facebook account. I went onto Facebook and I would see how he keeps messaging a lot of strange women, tall ones, dark ones, matured ones, immatured ones, teenagers, taking every lady that passes through his Facebook timeline out. And I was disappointed. I remember that day I was crying. I called the sister to report, and the sister was like, okay, she was going to intervene and everything. And later she called me back and was like, this guy is denying it. Where did I get it from? I went back to Facebook and everything was clean. This guy already deleted all the messages on his Facebook account. So I was dealing with like a very smart player. This was the person I was dealing with. Another thing that used to happen in the relationship is the fact that this guy, see, if I post something on Facebook, like picture, video and everything, a lot of people will comment and like this post. So this guy will go and check the people that liked my post. So all the females on that part is going to send friend requests to them and message them. So if you respond, that means you probably like him and you guys will start having conversation. So that was what the guy was doing. So everybody that are in my circle, my colleagues, my classmates, my schoolmates, even the people that we don't get to talk, that will probably just have me on Facebook and they'll see my post and like, my boyfriend will send friend requests to them, my ex will send friend requests to them. And so it got to a point that if we have misunderstanding, we are always fighting. A week will not pass by without us having something to argue about. This guy will delete his profile picture and put a picture of one of my classmates with all that. But I knew in my mind that I did not have peace of mind. I wasn't happy in the relationship and I needed to break things off. But can I break it? No. Why? Because the relationship was public and I don't know the comment I was going to be getting from people. I feel like I wasn't, strong enough to face whatever thing that was going to come from people. So I was just, keeping on, pushing on and pushing on. So some of the things that it was doing were things out of my own box, like the kind of family background that I had. It was kind of different. We were like opposite of each other. There are times that I will say things that I'll believe that, okay, my partner should be able to relate. It could not relate. So we were always having issues. Days to Valentine, like few hours to Valentine, this guy will look for a way for us to fight, so he will not gift me something and wish me. Same thing my birthday. I'm this type of person that will go all out for you to get you a gift, but in return I'm not getting the love that I'm supposed to be getting. So long story short, I struggled in that relationship till I was done with diploma school. So when I finished, in my mind I was like, okay, now that I am moving back to Ibadan, I should be able to work my relationship out. I feel like we were having issues because it was a long distance thing. Few weeks after I moved to Ibadan, I visited him, which happened to be on a Christmas day. I visited him, and when I got to their place, the mom was like, oh, she's going out. Everybody was not at home. He himself said he was going to visit his area brother or something, that I should wait, and when he comes back we're going to go out. I was just sitting in the sitting room and I saw his laptop. My battery was low. I carried his laptop and I was checking pictures. When I was checking pictures, I had these mixed feelings going on because I kept seeing a lot of girls nude pictures, a lot of chats with different girls, even the ones that are not even up to age. Like I was just saying a whole lot of things and I'm sad and I'm like, how did I get here? I started to ask God for forgiveness because I knew this was not God's plan for my life, and I had taken a bad step by going into a relationship with someone that is not even a believer. Please help me, God, please help me. Few minutes into checking of these pictures, the pictures was actually a lot. They were about 5,000 pictures. That would take a while for me to clear the whole picture. So I was checking the pictures, and after saying those words of prayer, I just continued okay, God is going to have his way if this is not the right thing for me. So as I was moving on, there was this intuition, or let me just say something like Holy Spirit. When God is talking to you that, okay, you need to do this. So that thing kept bothering my mind, and I'm like, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? The Spirit was just telling me that there are other things that he would like to show me, but I didn't really understand what it was. I felt like it was my intuition, and then a part of me was like, there is nothing worse on the system than these pictures that I've been seeing. But that thing kept disturbing me, that I had to minimize the picture, and I was looking at the desktop like, okay, what is it? What do you actually want to show me? So I saw a lot of folders on the desktop, and I saw one particular one that I was very distinct. It has a name of phone, I'm using Samsung, I should name a folder Samsung A20. Do you understand? So that kind of thing. So there's nothing here. There is nothing here. Let me go back to my pictures. As I was about to maximize the pictures back, I mistakenly clicked on the folder. Lo and behold, I started to see a nude picture of someone that I know. This is someone that was supposed to be like a friend. This is someone that's supposed to be like my G, my close pal. This is someone that we used to rap once in a while. This is someone that's supposed to be like, even if we're not that close, I believe that me, I know you, I know your guy, my guy, do you understand? Seeing a nude picture, and I'm like, how? Someone should explain to me how this person's nude picture is getting to my boyfriend's laptop. So I couldn't, I kept viewing and viewing, but at the point in time I gave up, and I'm like, nah, I can't do this. In my head I felt like it was like a setup or a plan or something. I had the intention of deleting this, whatever thing that is behind this thing, I need to delete this. I will not allow a guy to molest a fellow woman. So I was like, okay, let me even go to the last part of this folder. So I went to the last part of this folder and I saw a video, and I clicked on video, and it was a video of someone actually banging this person. If you don't know what banging means, I don't know how to explain it. So I saw a video of someone actually banging this girl, and it was very nasty to me because I couldn't even watch it. So I had to forward to the last part, like, let's see how this whole thing ended. And by the time the video ended, the cameraman shifted the camera, and I saw the video of the face of the person that was actually banging this lady, who happened to be my ex.
I had the feeling of it's cold. I was sweating, I was shivering, I was crying. I could not scream because
the area was like an estate, so I could not scream. So I'm like, what? And the next thing I did was to put a call through to this guy. I called this guy and he didn't pick up, so I called the lady in question and she picked up, and I gave her like the abuse and curse that could come out from my mouth. I wasn't really good with that, but I was just saying nonsense. I remember I was just blabbing and I was just saying nonsense, but she got the message and she was trying to explain to me whatever thing that transpired, and I ended the call. Because of the kind of phone I was using at that period, I couldn't connect to the laptop, so I had to on my camera, and I was playing it and I was recording it. So he came, and the first question this guy asked me was, what are you doing on my laptop? That pissed me off, and I carried my phone and I left the house. So when I was leaving, I was like, where do I want to go? Like, what's the next thing? Is this the end of everything? So I branched his sister's place. So when I branched, she was like, okay, call that girl for me, I need to talk to the girl. So I put a call through to the girl. She picked the call. They were exchanging words, curseful, hurtful words and abuse, and this lady made me understand that. So his sister was like, Ayo, I want you to do something for me. I want you to go back to your boyfriend, and you guys should just talk this thing out. You will not allow someone to destroy your relationship that you've worked for more than a year. This is the time for you to fight for your relationship. These girls are not worthy of your man and everything. She said some things and I was like, okay, thank you, ma. So I left and I went back to my guy. He apologized. He wasn't remorseful, guys, but he apologized, and we went out that same day. When we were out, we were having fun and everything. I will eat. At the point in time, the flashbacks will come back and I'll start crying. So I was like that for like a month, and then the relationship went on. This girl came that same night. I was trying to explain whatever thing transpired. She was giving excuses, but I knew what I saw, so I blocked her on all social media platforms basically. So I moved on. I think I moved on, but I did not. I got a job, and the job came with accommodation, and I had time to just work and take my mind off whatever thing that was going on. So I only get to see my boyfriend on Saturdays. But one thing I noticed after the whole scenario was the fact that I became bitter. I hated him. I did not like him anymore. I got his attention one time. I sat in them and I let him know that I realized that there was no love in the relationship anymore, and he should let us go our separate ways for our own good, because I wasn't feeling the love anymore. It was just all filled with toxicity. Like, if he hold my hand, I will take my hand off. If he tries to hug me and introduce me to someone, I will stylishly take myself away from his arms. I don't want him to post me anymore. I don't want him to call me sweet names anymore. I did not want anything from him. It was just like a figurehead there, and I really like it that way. So I was like, instead of this toxic thing, just go on your way and let me be on my way, and we will be happy. This guy was like, okay, he has heard. Few days later, a lot of people started calling me, his family members, his neighbors, everybody that I knew that we were in a relationship together, his friends. A lot of people were sorry for the background noise, guys. So there's a dog around, okay? So a lot of people were just trying to apologize on his behalf, and we moved on. I remember there was a time that we had this fight, and it was like a physical fight. He slapped me, and if you know me right from the beginning, right from my childhood days, you know that I am stubborn. A guy cannot beat me and go scot-free. I'm going to do my own back. This guy slapped me, I slapped my own back. So it was like a survivor of the fittest and all. My laptop was the one that suffered for this fight that day. My laptop fell from the table and the neck broke, so he took it to the engineer with the mind I was going to pay. So I called him a few days after. I was like, what's the engineer saying? So he told me the engineer was going to collect a huge sum of money, and I'm like, it's just the neck of your laptop. I'm not buying a new laptop. So I was like, okay, you know what, give me the guy's number. So I collected the guy's contact, I called him, I visited the engineer's shop, and I was like, okay, what's up with my laptop? So the guy was like, oh, your money is I think 6k or 8k compared to the amount the nigga told me. So apparently he took his laptop and other gadgets together with my laptop to the engineer and told the engineer to give me a sum of the total anytime I asked for, but I believe there are some people that fear God out there. So the engineer couldn't do that and only gave me estimation for my own laptop. I paid for my laptop, carried my laptop, and I left. I got home and I called him and I was, angry, and I was like, if you want me to help you pay for something, you should have, just come out clean instead of lying to me. And this guy came over to my place and was just saying a whole lot of things. He was acting, all mannerless and whore and everything. It was the time I remember my mom called me. I was like, she had a dream that my enemy ran mad, that whatever thing that is going on in my life, I should come out clean and I should try and look for solution. And she's not ready to cry over me and her. So I knew that I was having, a mental health issue. Like, I was going crazy, guys. I literally get angry every now and then. At that point, I had a best friend. I already have a best friend, and we usually, go talking, and she's always, after whatever thing that was going on. At the point in time, I told her that, oh, I'm done with this guy, we've broken up, because I literally texted him and told him that I am no longer doing, and he did not reply my text for like 7 days. I didn't see his response. He didn't call me. In my head, I was like, oh, fine, I am free. I told a lot of people that I am now single, only for me to, after a while, I started getting calls from his mom, from, there was a time that a soldier actually came to apologize to me, guys. There are a lot of people. I don't know where this guy used to get those people from. Respectable people that you don't want to, disrespect. But at that point, I couldn't still stand for myself. I still had to go back into the relationship. So we were going, back and forth after the whole video thing. So the relationship wasn't really smooth. It became very toxic. It was like I was in a bondage and I was craving for peace. I was craving for singleness. God answered my prayers, guys. That period was when I gained admission for my degree, and I was given late admission. So I gained admission when the school was even almost done with the syllabus. So what next? I'm supposed to resume immediately. Immediately I got the admission message. Unfortunately, when I got to school, my hostel had a very bad, terrible network. So I will not be online until like midnight. If you call me, you will not hear what I'm saying, or you are hearing me, I'm not hearing you. So it was like a struggle. So that was really affecting the relationship and was making me happy. And I remember there was a time he reported me to someone, and the person messaged me from the UK and was like, I need to learn how to deal with men, how I'm supposed to move on. How many people do I want to be apologizing to me? A lot of people have apologized. The guy has spent a lot in trying to get people to apologize to me. I didn't respond, so I still had access to, one way or the other, I will always get his password, even though he used to change them. I saw a chat where he was asking a lady out, and the lady accepted, and they're already in a relationship even before I left for school. Okay, so I just made a screenshot, forwarded it to the lady, and the lady saw it and she was pissed. She blocked him. I also deleted her contact, and I found my peace a little bit. And from there, I knew that I need to start working on myself. We broke things up, but it was a thing of blocking and unblocking, blocking and unblocking. I'll block him, unblock him, block him, unblock him. So this took a while for me to, until when I actually realized that I should be done with him, because he wasn't even changing. It was going from bad to worse. I remember there was a time someone called me. I was like, I need to come back into his life, because his life is now a total mess. Like, it was when I was in his life that his life was a little bit manageable, that right now is worse. And I remember that time my anthem was Stupid in Love. That Stupid in Love song that Rihanna sang, it was like my anthem. I felt like I was stupid while I was in love. Even that was not the literal meaning of the song, but then stupid in love, oh my goodness. I did not try to go into a situationship until about 2020. If I can remember vividly, I tried as much as possible to stay away from the relationship. The relationship made me lose trust in people. I am fine now, I'm better. One thing I will say before I end this video is, if you are at the point where you're considering going into a relationship, please do not ignore red flags. Thank you guys for watching. I'm going to see you guys in my next video. Bye.